Netflix dropped its latest blockbuster, which can loosely be described as a three-tier blue ball session. House of Dynamite came out, and I have just been avoiding Netflix movies lately just because every time Netflix makes a movie, they seem to get progressively worse. But I was bored, so I queued it up, and I haven't been this disappointed since How It Ends. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. To summarize the movie, there's a nuke heading for the United States, and every aspect of the US government is sort of scrambling to react. The film is broken up into sequences that are all essentially replaying the same 30 minutes, but from different character perspectives. Now, let me just say, I fully understand that this movie is aimed as a delivery vessel for a message, right? Something to the effect of nukes are bad, we shouldn't use nukes, and that nukes only sort of guarantee mutually assured destruction or MAD. The height of the film is the president sort of deciding if he should retaliate on a mass scale when they don't necessarily know who sent the nuke yet. People on all sides of the fence are sort of offering suggestions like, don't attack, or attack really, really hard. The film concludes with him seemingly go-aheading a nuclear retaliation, but the ending is left kind of ambiguous. We're not fully sure what happens. We don't see the missile impact. We don't see anything about the results of anything. All we get is kind of a black screen, the nuclear siren, and people running towards the shelter. That's pretty much it. Now, I was really surprised by the cast they had for this film, and I'm going to butcher their names because I don't know how to pronounce them, and I don't care. Idris Elba plays the president, which is funny considering that recent movie with him and John Cena where he plays, I guess, like the UK version of a president. It has Anthony Ramos recently in that god-awful Ironheart show produced by Disney, and his fellow Hamlet star, Renee Goldsberry. There's a few others, Jared Harris, Caitlin Dever, and Jason Clarke, also known as the worst John Connor ever. It even has WNBA star Angel Reese in one scene, which I think is kind of funny because even with the president in attendance at this scene, they can't fill out like a single stadium. Like it's really, I don't know if they did that intentionally, but even in a Netflix movie, they can't fill a stadium totally, which is crazy. Aside from not giving any real closure for the film premise itself, which is an interesting premise, it just reminded me of a nothing burger of war games. When they had the fake nuclear launches, everyone is standing down, and the whole moral of the movie was that the easiest way to win is by not playing at all, kind of like, don't engage in games where you're certain to lose, both sides are going to lose. Dad managed to breach the subject of MAD, mutually assured destruction, in a way that kind of makes you stop and think, that's pretty interesting. This movie just irritated me. They theorize about who sent it. No one can give any guarantees, only like speculation. But they are pretty much certain that the warhead is real and they are about to lose 10 million American lives. The film was directed by Catherine Bigelow, sure I butchered that name, who I only really know from directing The Hurt Locker, which aside from being like really technically incorrect, I thought was a pretty decent film overall. Apparently, the theme of this movie, according to her, is to start a conversation about turning down the heat. If 10 million American people are about to be annihilated, and we have no way to identify who did it, that would instigate a world war, right? And in this circumstance, this extreme and hyper-specific circumstance, American retaliation would be expected and almost to some extent justified. There is a moment where the conversation becomes the president doubting whether or not he should immediately retaliate. And if the concept of your film is to promote a lack of hostility and preservation of life, why wouldn't you just make the president refuse to retaliate until further information is gathered? Anyway, I basically got cucked after watching this movie. I understand what it was trying to do. And with a star-studded cast, it does these little nothing scenes pretty well. But ultimately, there's no payoff, and it falls flat. It's like, oh yeah, well, that's the point. It's the horror of not knowing. We need to de-escalate nuclear warfare. And sure, I see your point, but fuck you. It's a movie. Show me what happened. I would highly recommend that you just spare your life this amount of time that I will never get back, because I kept going through the movie expecting to see the payoff, right? I just wanted to see, even if it was just the nuke hitting, right? And the retaliation was left ambiguous up in the air. It would have been totally fine, right? But they even suggest, oh, there's a chance that the nuke just won't go off. Sometimes they don't go off. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean sometimes the nukes don't go off? It blows my mind that the cast really does carry the movie for the most part, because it is engaging throughout. But there's something so hollow about shoving a message into like 120 minutes where there's just no payoff, where I have 30-minute scenes back to back to back, and there's nothing. There's nothing at the end of it. It's just like the movie How It Ends, where you expect, like, oh, what happened? Well, fuck you. We don't know. This is actually a story about a father-in-law and his son-in-law, and that's it. It's like, okay.